We are doing VIP live today, right? After the regular public live, we're doing a VIP live, yeah. Just making sure. Just to make sure with everybody. Hey. What's up, everybody? How are you? It's good to see you. Tony and Candy said they're going to get me canceled today, so we'll see what happens. Tony said on behalf of both of you that you were both going to get me canceled today. Sounds like a fun challenge. Made it. Stay at home mom. Good to see you. Quacka. Cooper Allen a few times. Am I early? I'm right on the dot. Frankie J's mama right on the dot. Right on it. Chelsea Muse. That would be a hell of a fun show. Jessica Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour. Eras. How do you say it? Frankie J's mama party is here. The one person never been to a show. You missed it out. Tony Sparks is catching some behind the scenes footage to use for some stuff right now. So that's gonna be. You should walk over here in frame. Hey, Tony Sparks, he's filming. He's filming BTS footage right now. Crash Test Dummies were good live. Ooh. When was that? What year was that? Yeah, the one person you don't like crowds. I understand it. I get it. Mercy, nice. You set an alarm for it. Pink, Rebecca. That would be an interesting show. Oh, yeah. Garth was good. Dude has so much energy. Like an insane amount of energy. Insane. Bless Mama, good to see you here. I'm glad you finally made it. Green Day, Kayla. That would be a good one as well. AFI, Lady Vile. That would be hella good. Aurelio Voltaire. Rob Zombie. Shayla, that would be nuts. That would be absolutely nuts. Saw Mudvayne a few times. That was nuts. Actually, I gotta say the craziest ones though was like Head PE, but in a really, really tiny venue. Itty bitty one. Billy Joel, I wish I could see live. That'd be awesome. My folks went and saw him at least once. New Kids on the Block, Stephanie. Oh yeah. Monk Hal Michael Jackson Bad Tour. Being able to say that you saw Michael Jackson live would be a thing. We have a lot of people who have never been to a concert here. And I mean, it's loud. Tons of people. If it's by choice because of those reasons, I completely get it. I know somebody who has like an irrational fear of being stampeded by large crowds of people. I get that. I get it. Foo Fighters in London, Emily Shales. Oh, that would be hella fun. The Weeknd, Bruno Mars, Brantley Gilbert, Mom 12661. You saw Billy Joel as well. Nice. Another New Kids on the Block here. Rush, I bet would be awesome. Jeanette, Incubus, never seen them. It's one of the big like can't believe I haven't seen them bands. Oh, Valerie, I get it. Yeah. If strobes are an issue, then concerts no bueno. Motley Crue. Hey Penny, good to see you there. Trent, hello. Dylan, you saw Vanilla Ice and MC Hammer. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I met Vanilla Ice. He came through the drop on airport one time. Hey, our first goal today is 1,500 lightning bolts to bring Candy Thunder up here. We're doing something a little bit different today. We're carrying over one of the methods I've been testing out on the Sunday Night Lives. I'm going to be reading the gifter names as we hit the goals instead of throughout. So we'll try to not make the whole show just reading names. We're going to do it when we hit the goals. So if you are gifting, it's even more incentive to stick to the goals that we have presented here. So it's 1,500 lightning bolts to get us started. I mean, of course, if you want to do some kind of massive gift that's not part of that, yes, of course. And I hope that Tony or Candy or somebody would see that and let me know so that we can give you a shout out there. Concerts are expensive. They can be. They definitely can be. Some, yeah, a lot of them are affordable, but some of them, nuts. Some of them are just crazy. 9 Inch Nails would be an awesome show. Tool, never got to see them. Day 147 of the Stormbecks. That's crazy. It's crazy. Rick Springfield in Springfield. That's awesome. Joey, I have seen 7 Dust. That's a damn good show. Talk about energy. Talk about it. Alan Jackson. Candy Thunder, what was your first concert? Jessica Simpson. Oh, that's right. At the mall. And it was a free show. It was a free show. Before... Oh. Mark Chestnut and Chris Ledoux were her first ever concert. So Jessica Simpson was... This was when I was able to go with them. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Flogging Molly would be a hell of a good time, too. That would be awesome. Hey, we're going to hit that 1,500 here in no time. And no time at all. Kelly McMillan subscribing to become a member of the Storm. Welcome to the gosh heckin' fam. No, I'm sorry, month 3. You're with us for month 3 there. Glad to still have you as a member of the fam there. Heck yes. And we already hit our goal here. I'm going to go ahead and read some names. We're going to get Candy Thunder up here to get our show started today. CKNY79, Elise Newman, Michelle Heather Mungow, Joss VP, Pam K. We've got Bangle Joy, Serenity's Turmoil, Josh Anagami. We've got Alina Cameron, T. Wolfie Piotr, Dylan Sprague. We've got Sam from New Mexico, NM. I assume that's what that means, NM. We've got Sharon Day Newton, who also just joined the VIP group. Glad to see you there. Amber Lynn, Candy Thunder, Twinkle Saz, Jill's Realm, Steppy 77, Econ Laura, Hannah McKay, Vicky Ann, Shaz 5951, Donna B, Silver Moon Angel, Megan Liu. We've got Firefighter 79. Awesome. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. We're going to get the next one set up here right quick. Tony Spark has the whole plan laid out for us today. We're going to get... Oop, didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do this. Oh. This one is going to unlock a spicy story and Candy Thunder feedback. Okay, so before we get officially rocking and rolling here, let me go ahead and do this intro real quick, and then we'll get Candy Thunder up here to chat with you for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up, we have stories about Karen behavior. We have timeouts for mother-in-law, wedding invite snubs, travel drama, roommate drama, a spicy reward story with possibly the biggest astronaut we have ever seen, and more cake drama than the Great British Bake Off. Stay tuned for that. Let me go ahead and bring her in, ladies and gentlemen. The one and only, wearing bedazzled pants today, Candy Thunder.
You introduced me by my pants.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's because they're unique. It's different. Can't see. You're gonna have to jump. You want me to lift you?
I'm not gonna. No, don't lift me. You can't see. You can't see them. But they were $12, and I'm very excited about them. It matters when they're on clearance.
It does matter. It matters very, very much. The GBBO Beaver. Nope, haven't seen that.
Okay, so Tony Spark. I don't think we give him enough credit for what he does for Wednesday Lives, but they would not happen without him. So as you were reading this and he found all the stories, thank you, Tony. Huge thank you.
Round of applause and lightning bolts for Tony Spark here. The maestro of Wednesday Lives.
Very much so.
Or you want to have us say that again so you can capture it on film? Many thanks to Tony Spark, the maestro of the Wednesday Lives.
100%. You find it on sale, it's like your best find ever.
Yeah, the way this was explained to me was I saw them and I was like, I'm not paying $30 for those. And then I saw that they were $14 and I was like, oh, I will pay that for them. And right. I fully support it. Fully.
So this story that Tony found, he sent it to me and said, I was like, you have to use that for the spicy story because it's so messed up. He's up there with the unmedicated birth guy, the 57-year-old that wants to restart his life with a 30-year-old.
Yeah, that was good.
And then there's this guy. And I don't know where he's going to rank, but you guys will have to let us know where he falls in between those guys or above or below or whatever. But he's
She's
an
read
asshole.
The story. I have not, so
yes,
she knows.
Yes.
She knows what's coming. I just know
that
it's spicy and perhaps the biggest astronaut we've ever seen. So that's a pretty high
I know.
freaking
We keep finding these good ones. You have to dig down deep on Reddit. And
Ditching Fiancé in the Forest guy. That was pretty good too.
Yeah.
That was pretty good too.
Oh, the mom with the hike.
The hiking mom.
Oh, yeah, where they left her
mom.
on the... Yes, that was a good one, too.
She was an award winner. Yeah, she was definitely an award winner. Yeah.
All right, we're reading Cake Story first, right? I'm not reading anything.
We are. Candy Thunder said she's going to read all the stories for the show today. I'm going to kick back and just watch her do her thing.
No.
Hey, today we have a likes goal of 7. Thank you, love. Thank you for being up here. Mwah. We have a likes goal of 750K today, so make sure you're tapping the screen and sharing the stream with your friends. Today's the last TikTok subscriber competition going on. It's the last day today. Today's the last day. So we have a sub goal of 575. We're at 540 right now. We can do that. We can do it. We can absolutely do it. Make sure that you are hitting up Linktree that is in our bio to subscribe on the YouTube channel, or even become a member of the YouTube channel. You can get more information there. You can also find the latest episode of the Thunder and Spark podcast and the podcast with Beer Today. The new one comes out this coming Sunday. It is approved. It is finalized. It is uploaded. It is scheduled. Sunday, noon Central is where you can find that. Don't forget, we also have this going on today. We have the Wheel of Thunder going on. At the end of today's live, the top 10 gifters and 2 new subs and 2 existing subs will go onto the wheel. We'll be spinning again for a sticker prize pack and another signed Ascot scale poster. So we still have at least one of those left to do with that. That's going to be fun. Remember, don't ever feel obligated or pressured to gift. The gift goals are rewards. The gift goals and rewards are all for fun. We greatly appreciate every kind of interaction you give to us, every like, every share, every comment, every gift. It is a huge, huge deal. So don't ever feel like you have to do that, especially if it's going to cause yourself pain. Just don't do it. Something new this week that I touched on a minute ago, we'll be reading the gifter names as we hit goals instead of in between everything. And when we hit goals, we'll just be doing that to try to clean up the process a little bit better. And again, no spoilers, please. If you have heard the story that we're reading and know how it ends, please be polite and do not spoil it in chat. If we see that happening, we will mute spoilers. So just don't do it. Be a DFHP. And our VIP group, again, for like the 900th time in a row, hit the goal during the VIP last week and unlocked a story that we get to start with today. So we're going to start with a cake story. Avariel, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. And we are at 962 of 3K fires right now that unlocks the spicy story. This is the spicy story, right? The spicy story. The biggest astronaut in the history of astronauts can be yours for just a little less than 2K fires. All right, we're going to start off with our cake story. I never started recording. I'm recording now. Now we're in good shape. So we have a cake story to read again because our awesome VIP members unlocked it during the VIP live last week. So thank you guys. You are all amazing and rock stars. You do it every single time without fail. Thank you so much. So let's go ahead and start this off. This story is called, Am I the Astronaut for Not Making a Specific Cake for My Maternal Family for My Half-Siblings' Birthdays? I need to read that again. Am I the astronaut for not making a specific cake from my maternal family for my half-siblings' birthdays? My parents divorced when I was a baby, and my dad met Janet when I was 5. I met her a year or 2 later. I lost my mom not long after I met Janet. She and my dad quickly got engaged and married. I have 2 half-siblings from them. I see my maternal family occasionally, but we're close. I love my half-siblings too. Janet, I'm very meh about. I could tell just by the way OP said I met Janet. It's like, yeah, okay, we know. So my mom's family makes this special cake for everyone in the family's birthday. I learned how to make it when mom was still alive, and the 2 of us would make it for my birthday and hers. After she died, my grandparents would make it for me, and I'd help them make it for others in the family whenever I was with them. For some reason, Dad mentioned the cake to Janet a couple of years ago, and then told my half-siblings about it. My half-siblings wondered if it was the same kind of cakes they got, and Janet was like, no, it's a special one, and we don't know what it is. My half-siblings have asked on and off for the cake ever since and have been upset some birthdays when they ask if it's the one, and Janet or my dad tell them no. There has been some pressure on me, mostly from Janet, but some from my dad, to make the cake for my half-siblings from here on out. I have refused to do so because it's something for my maternal side, I feel like. And I don't like my half-siblings. And it's not like my half-siblings don't get cake. They just don't get the cake that I get from my maternal family. Janet said, I either love my siblings or I don't, but I can't love them and not include them in something I love so much. She said, I am showing my siblings I don't want them to be my siblings, really. My dad said it would be such a loving thing to do, and that my siblings would think I hung the moon and stars if I included them in something like that. I told him and Janet to create their own recipe or to find one and use that as a family tradition. But they say I should be willing to make this specific cake for my siblings. Am I the Astronaut? Thoughts here? I think, Brianna, I think Janet does make a cake. It's just not the cake. It's not the cake. Yeah, Dad. What are you doing, Dad? I think Dad gets this right off the rip here. Funny, siren started going off right outside as soon as I hit that. It's coming for you, Dad. Dad is failing to see the larger picture here, failing to see the forest for the trees, failing to see that this is something that is very important to OP because it is symbolic of carrying on her mother's memory. We Cree just resubbed to say a member of the storm. Glad to have you there. Shayna says this is something between OP and their deceased mom. Half siblings aren't entitled to that. And I think it's a good choice of words there. They aren't entitled to it. And Dad either gets it and is just choosing to side with Janet because that's his wife and he has to, or he doesn't get it. April, subscribe for the first time. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Glad to have you here. Marcia says she should make the cake for them. It's carrying her mother's memory. I don't think it's about her siblings. I think it's about Janet. I think Janet is the thing that is preventing OP from making the cake here because she doesn't want to share this special memory that is tied to her mom with Janet. If Janet wasn't there, I don't think OP would have an issue with this, but she doesn't care for Janet. We agree. Okay, good point here. That's a good point. It'd be one thing if she chose to, and like her dad said, it would be a loving, like a huge deal to do. And yes, the half siblings would be super excited about it, but OP has to choose to do it. Forcing her to do it is not okay. What was the question? Question is, am I the Astronaut for not making a specific cake from my maternal family for my half siblings' birthdays? The Tawny, thank you so much. I had to kind of get the Halloween-y vibe here. The Crows Have Eyes 3. The crowing. Caw-caw!
We did that at the same time.
Caw-caw! We did at the same time. Do not look them in the eyes. The crows have eyes, and don't you dare look them in them. Wasn't the dad's place to even mention the cake, Jarby? I would agree with that. Yeah, Kristen, I think the entitlement that they have here and the blackmail that Janet and maybe Dad are guilty of here of saying that you don't love them if you don't do this is horse shit. Not okay. Definitely not okay. Was that Candy Thunder? I'm seeing your post here. Is that like bird and blackbird? On my side, it just shows me like a red cardinal and then a black square. I'm like,
It was two black.
bird black. That's what it looks like. Kaylin has a good point here. Sounds like they only want it because they've been told they can't. Entirely possible. Shay just resubbed. Welcome back to the storm. Glad to have you here. So I think it's worth a conversation. I think OP really has to have a private conversation with Dad and be like, hey, look, this is a special thing to me regarding Mom. Like, not Janet, Mom. and I don't want to share that over here. I want this to be a private thing. This is a way of carrying on mom's memory from mom's side. It's not something that I want to be an everyone thing here. And dad should respect that. Failing that explanation, dad either doesn't see it or he gets it and is just siding with Janet. If OP gives him this explanation and says it's important to me that this stays private because it's a way for me to keep her memory going, then he should respect that. That should end the conversation. And it's on him to explain to Janet that she needs to quit pressuring it. If he continued that, then he would be an even bigger asshole. He's an asshole for not seeing it right now or for choosing not to see it. OP, we'll go ahead and make it official here and say NTA. You could choose to do it, but the fact that people are trying to force you to do it is horseshit. So, NTA for you. Dad, I'm going to go ahead and assign him a place on the Ascot scale here because he definitely could have done this differently. He definitely should have done this differently. I'm going to go ahead and say he definitely should not have done this. And that is specifically for trying to force her to do this and siding with Janet. Janet is right there with him, if not a little bit higher. So, for trying to force her to do this, when it's obvious that it is something very personal and private to her, is an Ascon 2 move. So congratulations there. If you know what's going on here and you just do it because Janet is forcing you to, or because you don't want to rock the boat with her, it makes you an even bigger asshole. What is happening over there? Tony Sparks being violent. He's just throwing things around.
Janet's got me fired.
So Janet's got him all fired up. Ashley Page with us for month 2 as a member of the Storm. Glad to have you here. I don't know what's going on here. What is it? We're at 1981 of 3K on the fire right now. Again, that unlocks the spicy story, and Candy's going to help give feedback to it because she feels very strongly that this is the biggest Astronaut we've ever seen. So, yeah. Chaos behind the scenes, JJ Punk, always. Always. And this is what happens because we have a big bullpen. This is one big open room. There is no wall between the area we're recording this in and the other group of desks that are over here. But also, Tony Spark is recording behind the scenes content, and you'll get a really good view of what all goes into a stream like today. When are we planning on pushing that out?
Whenever I get it
edited. Edited. Okay. Don't know when that's coming out, but there's going to be a really good behind the scenes documentary here. Pancake hit month 6. Heck yes. Heck yes. Cindy, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. Any updates for the last story? The cake story? Ah. Sorry, I'm catching up on chat here. Nicole, thank you for the love from Germany. Greatly appreciate that. TRS says she would, but Janet would reply that she doesn't have to do she doesn't have to do a dang thing she says. OP Izzy stands for original poster. Nabs, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. Haley, thank you. Thank you, guys. Look at this this very, very supportive, friendly chat group we have here. Anytime anybody has a question, everybody is quick to jump on and answer and explain things. So you guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you. SM in Croatia. Thank you for being here. Greatly appreciate that. Crazy Reader, they are lucky the kids love and care for each other, and now they're trying to drive a wedge. Yeah, that sucks. Like, they have a good relationship right now, and they're using this cake thing, which Janet, there's no way she doesn't know. I mean, she knows that it's mom's thing and is just trying to take it. Like, have some respect. Have some respect. Not a fan. Okay, we're at 2,500 of the 3K right now. I'll go ahead and start on the next one. We do have a smattering of follower submissions today, and OPs, I sent an email to you earlier today letting you know that your story was going to be covered here. OP, if you're in chat and you want to claim your story, you know what to say. And chat, if OP does raise their hand, do what you always do and make sure that we see it. You guys are really good about that, so we greatly appreciate that. Lisa Lou, you're in UK. Thank you for being here. Greatly appreciate that. Maria, Thank you so much. Listening on your way to work? Wish I could listen to this voice on my way drive on the way to work. You can. So we actually have audio podcasts and the compilations from these lives. So we take the stories and edit out all the in-between stuff. The compilations are up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the audio platforms. We have those. And now even YouTube Music. I'm a YouTube Music user, and they finally started taking the podcast from YouTube and including those in YouTube Music as well. So very cool. Very, very cool. Overflows. 2612 of 3K on the fire right now. We're going to get there. Also, let me give you a note real quick. There is something new coming for those of you who like Discord. We are spooling up a Dusty Thunder server, but also there is a live creator hub, which is going to be really cool. And I'll have more information about that to you soon. Those of you who are interested in going ahead and joining up with that Dusty Thunder server on Discord, on Linktree in the social icons, there is a Discord icon there now that will take you straight to it where you can go ahead and join up. Shadowcat, you're a YouTube Music user? Heck yes. I love it. I friggin' love it. Sarah Ford, you guys do any recordings that are only used for podcasts? Because I've normally heard them all. Yes. So the true podcast that we do in the studio where we have a guest, those are only posted on YouTube and the audio podcast channels. We do take some of the stories from those and edit down shorter versions for TikTok, but what you see in the actual podcast and on the podcast channels is different. So you're at least going to have an extended version of it with a bunch of different things in there. Melissa, a Dusty Thunder app? I don't see that happening. I don't want you to have one more app to download. You know what I mean? Mad Hatter Gal, finally. Are you talking about Discord? Yeah, I figured you'd be there. 2820 of 3K. I'm not gonna start the next story. It's cool. I'm vamping. I'll dance if I have to. Give me them bejazzled pants. I'll put them on.
We're just very excited about this.
They really want this story to be read. They're pumped up about it. Very pumped up.
I'm recharging.
What are you recharging?
My coins.
Oh, Candy Thunder's recharging her coins in the app right now so she can go throw some fire on it. And nice.
I want to know
Way to go. Trisha, you've missed the lives the last couple of weeks. Yeah, I have been live on Wednesdays. So one of the other things that Discord will be very, very helpful for is getting a TikTok notification that I'm live right now is a crapshoot. Like, it just doesn't happen for everybody. So we'll be able to push notifications through Discord so that you will get an actual notification that says that I'm going live. We are still working on the SMS notifications as well. That has been a big pain in the butt, but we're doing what we can. We hit the fire goal here. Michelle, Heather, Fly on the Wall, Joss, VP, Queen Chewy, TLS Journey, Jen here, Candy Thunder, Jenny Sue, Bangle Joy, Carissa Wyke. We've got May, Featherhead, Sally Barter, Elise Newman, Crystal W, CKNY, Squatched 74, Econ Laura, Pam K. We've got Stephanie Woodard, Tony Spock, T Wolfie, Jarby, Twinkle Saz, Tamara. We've got Blue Eyed Mom, Mangal, Brits Marie, Mama Silver, Susan Ramirez, Smart, Jill's Round, Lacey Lex. We've got Mima, Kelly McMillan. We've got Ashley Page, T Hef, DJ JM, Chris, CJ, K Lynn, 61892, Katie Love, E Tate Johnson, Annette Madron, see you too. The Lexi Sky and Witchy Woman. You guys are awesome. We're going to get that spicy story queued up here. Let me get the next goal set up for us here. Let's see if I can. Oh, look at that. Found it. This one is going to unlock a cake story and some confetti. We don't have Luna here today, so we can actually use our confetti cannons again. We can do it. We can do it. Let me get the QOD turned off there. Okay. So, we got our spicy story. We're ready to dive into it. Are you ready? Spicy reward story number 1. I can't do that straight into the mic because I'm going to blow it out. But there we go. Carol. Yeah. Thanks for making the connection there about the Live Creator Hub. It's going to be a super, super cool thing. Morgan, subscribe for the first time. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Glad to have you here. All right. I've got to get myself ready for this one, apparently. Got to do some stretches. Got to get my brain ready. Got to get my forehead ready for the furrowed brow pissed offedness.
Somebody said, what unlocks Dusty and bedazzled pants? They probably fit because you don't have a butt.
Yeah, that's right. I don't have an ass. I tell Candy Thunder that I just have leg tops. My leg just goes straight into my back. I'm sorry. There's no ass there. There's no ass. We were talking about the bedazzled pants. We may just have to make our own.
I'll make you some bedazzled.
Okay. Not quite to like the MC Hammer bedazzled, like not full. Yeah.
Like just a Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce levels of bedazzled. There you go. All right. Spicy reward story time. Here we go. The title of this story is Am I the Astronaut for Only Giving a Car to My Daughter and Not My Wife's Daughter? My wife and I have been together for 20 years. We have two beautiful daughters. My daughter, Bella, 18, and my wife's daughter, Caroline, 19. I am both of their biological father. However, I have more of a bond with Bella, and my wife is the same with Caroline. Last Tuesday, Bella turned 18. I bought Bella a new car. It was a Mercedes S-Class, and we had to save for quite a while to be able to afford it. Bella loved it so much and was so grateful. Caroline was livid. Caroline cried to me and her about it being unfair. My wife confronted me asking why I did not give Caroline the same gift for her 18th birthday. I told my wife that if she thought Caroline deserved such a nice gift, then she should put her money where her mouth is. Well, my wife has not been listening to or speaking to me, and Caroline has been being a little bit of a brat, begging Bella to give her a turn with the car. My wife called me a shitty father for favoring one daughter over another. I do not think this is the case, but I am beginning to feel guilty because Caroline is taking it out on Bella. Am I in the wrong? Dude, seriously can't see this?
He's the father of both.
Yeah, he's the father of both of them and just bought one of them a car and is like, I don't think this is wrong.
But he calls one his daughter.
Okay, hang on. We gotta dive into some comments here because the fact that homeboy just isn't seeing, like straight up isn't seeing that this is an issue at all is a problem. He is the dad to both of them, biological father to both of them. Only calls one of them his daughter. He says my wife's daughter. Wait, like my daughter Bella and my wife's daughter, but they're both his daughter. That's red flag number one here. Okay. The fact that he only bought one of them a car and then is like, oh, if you think she deserves it, put your money where your mouth is. That's red flag number two here. They're both your daughter, dude. Just because you have a stronger bond with one of them does not make the other one not your daughter. Right? Let's dive into some comments by OP. The note next to this says this guy is Delulu. I've been seeing, and every time I see the word Delulu, by the way, I remember Delilah. Do you guys remember listening to Delilah on the radio? Yeah. Delulu. I'm going to start doing that. We need to record that and make that an OBS scene here. Delulu. Okay. Comments by OP. This guy's Delulu. My wife and I have a joint bank account. So I said we. She wasn't exactly on board, but since it was both of our money, I said we to give her some credit. Being a father is not about just genetics. I have love and respect for Caroline, but we do not click like Bella and I do. Yes, they are both my daughters, but one is unconditional and one is only my daughter on the biological sense. I love both of my daughters equally. You can't say I love both of my daughters equally when all of the bullshit you said before that says the exact opposite of that, dude. Also, as a parent, like the friend bond that you have with your kid does not determine them being more or less of your kid. This dude does go straight here. You were right. This might be the biggest asshole we've ever encountered, because at this point they're 18 and 19. So it's been like this for 18 years. Caroline, poor freaking kid, has had to deal with this for 18 years, I assume, since Bella's been around. This would be like if he had a son and a daughter, and if he naturally bonds with the son better because they can do guy stuff together, then what his daughter is just not unconditional love. It's just she's there, and she doesn't get a car, she doesn't get the favoritism, she doesn't get all the things. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all in this situation. It doesn't. It just doesn't make any sense. I know you have. Candy Thunder has some thoughts about this that she'd like to share as well. So let's bring her on. Candy Thunder, let's get your thoughts here. She's waiting. She's like, I'm mad and I want to talk.
I honestly don't even know what to say because, I mean, we're a blended family, but I would never, it's almost like pitting your daughters against each other in a like a competition for parents' love, because Caroline is always going to work harder to try to get that love that is given to Bella. And it's just sad. Like, I don't even know what to say, really. It's not about the car. It's about the fact that Caroline has been mistreated by her father, who has given her this shitty role model for 19 years. Like, you can't undo that. That damage is completely done. And Bella, I would like to know what the relationship between Bella and the mom is, because it doesn't really go into that. Like,
if they both have this, like, this one's mine and this one's yours kind of viewpoint, then it's an everyone sucks here and they're all Ascot one. Well, the two parents are.
I did want to clear that up in chat. These are both biologically his daughters. There is no stepdaughter or blended family in this story. Bella is his daughter and Caroline is his daughter biologically, but he connected better with Bella, the younger one, and didn't connect as well with Caroline, the older one. Had more in common with Bella, whatever he wants to call it, but it's just
that
fucked
doesn't
up.
determine them being more or less of your kid, though.
And he can afford to buy the car if he can afford to buy a Mercedes for his daughter, he can afford to buy another car for Caroline.
Yeah,
that's not like that. Doesn't even.
They said they had to save up for a long time. You've got two kids to think about, not just one here. So how about instead of a Mercedes, you have a different kind of car, and you get two of them? I don't understand this family dynamic where one parent is in charge of one kid and another parent is in charge of another kid. Like, you're not a family.
No, and we've seen this before with like blended families where the mom only takes care of her kids or the dad only takes care of his kids, and we've seen what that caused in the future. Right. Like, we've seen those stories before. But this story, I feel like, is going to cause so much more damage in the future. Like, I mean, these are the only parents that they have. This is the only father that Caroline has, and he's like, sorry about you, I don't really like you.
Yeah, she doesn't have him. And that's the problem, is he refers to her as his wife's daughter. And
she's going to chase that in her entire life, like trying to find that love somewhere. And he's completely just fucking destroyed her. And he doesn't even care.
No.
Like, he did, like, there's no, am I wrong? Question mark, question mark. Yes, you're fucking wrong. You're an asshole.
He's only starting to feel guilty because Caroline's taking it out on Bella. So look at it. Look, even him ending up here with this story to be like, am I wrong? Is only because Bella, the one he actually calls his daughter, is experiencing more pain because of it. It is not about anything regarding Caroline's feelings. It's not about anything that his wife was saying. It is only because it's now causing Bella more pain.
I can't. He said, I have love and respect for Caroline, but we do not click like Bella and I do. So that clicking is what entitles Bella to a car, but Caroline not. And he said that they share a bank account. Like, none of it makes sense. It's just, it's disgusting.
Well, he said unconditional love.
Right. One is unconditional. Yeah. Yes, they are both my daughters, but one is unconditional and one is only my daughter on the biological sense. That line alone. Also, the my daughter, my wife's daughter line, like, you keep ringing the Ascot one bell here, dude.
When I first read this story, I thought it was blended. And then you read his comment and you're just mind blown by what's happening here.
Yeah. I feel, and there's some talk in chat about this, but I feel bad for both of the kids, because now if this is a situation where both parents are like this and they're like this with their respective daughters, then their understanding of family is completely fucked up for the rest of their lives, and it's going to take some breaking and re-educating, or they're going to have relationship issues for the rest of their life regardless because of what they've been through to this point. And maybe he went through some kind of crap as a kid that provided or set the foundation of this completely whacked out situation too.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
maybe his parents or maybe his dad showed favoritism to one person, but it is
Clearly him, because that's how he.
Yeah.
I mean, it had to have been. But Gemma, I think, how would this affect the bond with the sisters? Like, how there can't have a
there's gotta
bond.
be hatred. It's
Because
got to
she's
be
going to
hatred
resent-
between the two.
Yeah, the older one is going to resent the younger one for the
Right.
rest of her life. And we've seen the golden child thing happening within a lot of stories. But
It's not just the competition between the daughters now either. It is the competition between the parents to provide for their respective daughters, and this is
how does he just buy a car out of a joint bank account? I can't, like, my brain is like, I don't understand. It does not compute.
It said she wasn't exactly on board.
Yeah, but he just spent the money and just, it's like almost like financial abuse in a way. Like, if it's their money and she didn't agree to it and he just spent it on a $70,000-$80,000 car. Like, what the hell?
There are a lot of problems in this family, and we're only hearing about one of them.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's.
Yeah, the whole dynamic is
it's
jacked
messed
up. And
It's definitely,
this
Becca,
goes
it's
beyond
enough for divorce.
It goes beyond it though. Like, divorce isn't going to solve any problems here. Now you've got, like, there needs to be therapy for both the girls, because think about relationships for them as adults moving forward in life. Think about whenever they start families. Their only example right now is this.
Oh, interesting. Layla asked if the favorite daughter was his, like, from an affair. I mean,
He says he's biologically the father of both.
but he doesn't say that she's biologically the mother of both. But I mean, I feel like that she is, but I don't know.
Is he? Parent trap it. They each get a kid and part ways. I mean, that's what it's like right now. It sounds
Right.
like, but they're all living in the same house.
It would stop the.
There's a
the
big
abuse.
assumption we're making there, though, that mother follows this same path but does it for Caroline. And
As
I don't know that that's true with as big of
know.
a problem as they've had about it.
As a mom, I cannot, like, fathom playing favorites with any of our kids.
Yeah.
I can't.
And like you said, we're a blended family. And
I
even as a
don't-
blended family, like, we are very, very careful to make sure that we're treating all the kids equally. It is.
I mean, we've made mistakes. There's no doubt about that. I completely.
Everybody does.
Yeah, but I never like this. I would never, ever, 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 ever do this.
It's tough.
Yeah.
JB Farm Girl went through this, went no contact with all except one sibling.
Dude.
That's where they're headed, and it sucks.
I'm so sorry that you went through that. That's terrible.
Shadowcat, she says, I don't know. The vibe Dad is projecting with,
Maybe
is that she does the same with the other daughter.
maybe she tries to compensate for what the other daughter isn't getting from the dad. So she feels like she has to.
Well, as soon as one
step
parent
up.
starts doing it, she has to try to keep up.
Right. And
Ren, the title of this
I'm gonna go
was,
get-
Am I the Astronaut for only giving a car to my daughter and not my wife's daughter? Even in the title.
I know.
Ding,
He
ding,
makes it.
ding. Boy.
All right, guys. I'm gonna go get Ava. Bye.
We'll see you here soon. Yeah, this guy's causing all kinds of damage, and who knows where it comes from. It doesn't matter. You don't get to just inflict that same damage. Let's say he went through something similar in his youth. Break the cycle, man. At some point, there has to be an inkling that this isn't normal, that it isn't right. Instead of just rolling with it, it's like, shit. Poor kids. Woof. We're at 315 of 450 on our donuts right now to get a cake story out here. We are at 547 of 575 on our subs, which means I think we had a couple come through. We've got user 55114, lots of numbers, just resubbed. Welcome back to the storm. Glad to have you there. Sarah Ford, subscriber for month 4 with us in the storm. Glad to have you here as part of the fam. Thank you so much. LaShawn McCoy, I feel Caroline will have nothing to do with her dad and sister in the near future. Yeah. Yep. Alexis, you can submit a story at dusty-thunder.com or if you're a Reddit user, on the Dusty Thunder subreddit. If you want to get quick feedback from the community, the subreddit is the way to go. If you go the other route, just make sure you've got it written out and formatted in a way that's easy for our team to read and ingest there. Kathy, thank you. Greatly appreciate that. We'll dive into our next story here. Our first follower submission from the day. This title is storied. That's not what I meant to say. The story is titled, Am I the Ascot if I break up with my girlfriend for how she treated a food service worker? Ooh. I mean, I think it's how people treat food service workers is a good barometer of who they really are. Can you submit advice stories, Katie? I'm not sure I know what you mean. But you can submit stories about anything. Any kind of story. I, 29 male, and my girlfriend, 32 female, let's call her Casey, have been together for 7 months. We met at a local bar and we hit it off right away. After 4 months together, we decided to move in together. We love to go out to dinner, concerts, and travel when we can. We hardly ever get into arguments, and Casey is a sweet, loving, and caring girlfriend. I have never really seen her get angry until this past weekend. We decided to go visit our local county fair last weekend. We were excited about some of the musical acts, enjoying playing the various fair games, and of course, all of the fair food. Like most county fairs, the food was made up of multiple food trucks that were local to the area. For some context, neither of us are particular picky eaters, but Casey absolutely hates onions. So much so, she can't stand the smell, touch, or texture of them. When she orders food, she almost always makes sure to ask if there are onions on it and politely asks to have it made without them. One of our local food trucks is a Philly cheesesteak truck, and they make the best cheesesteaks. Suddenly, cheesesteaks sound really good. Casey and I have both had their sandwiches on multiple occasions, and we have loved them every time. Cheesesteaks consist of the meat, cheese, peppers, and onions. The previous times that we have ordered, I always make sure to order hers with no onions. We wait our turn in line, and we make it up to the window. Casey asked if I wanted my usual, and I said yes. She then turned to the young lady in the window and said, "We'll have 2 Philly cheesesteaks, please." Now, this is where I had a brain fart. I don't know if I was daydreaming or just not paying attention, but I didn't even notice that she didn't say no onions. This is where things start to unravel. We picked up our sandwiches from the window and went to a picnic table. Casey took 1 bite and then spit out her sandwich and yelled, "What the fuck? There were onions in this!" I don't know why I had to use that voice. I just did. I was so surprised at her reaction because it was so different than how she usually reacts if her order gets messed up. She immediately got up and stormed over to the food truck, cut in front of everyone, and started knocking on the window. She then proceeded to yell at the worker that took our order and saying, "I ordered this with no onions. Those effing sandwiches have onions." The worker started apologizing, and Casey continued to yell at her and telling her that this is unacceptable, that they would screw up on the order, and demanded a new one. The worker apologized, offered her a refund, and they began to make Casey a new sandwich. At this point, she had caused quite a scene, and everyone in the immediate area was silent and staring. And I did notice a couple phones recording the whole incident. I'm sure it will be on TikTok somewhere. We must find this. We must find this. I honestly stood there in shock at what just happened. I had never seen Casey act like that before. I didn't know what to think. Casey returned to the picnic table, sat down, looked at me and said, "Well, thanks for all your help." I didn't know what to say. Then I remembered that I never heard her say no onions. I told her that, and she said, "I don't know what I'm talking about." We sat in silence until the food truck worker came out and brought Casey a new sandwich. She once again apologized to Casey, who didn't say a word, and turned and started to walk back to the food truck. Thankfully, this awkward incident was over. Or so I thought. As the worker was walking back to the food truck, all of a sudden Casey yells, "Where are the freaking peppers?" The food truck worker stopped in her tracks. Casey got up with the sandwich in hand and walked right up to the worker. She started berating her. "How could you F up my I was going to say twice. I was trying to say twice, and words are hard. Okay, quick timeout. Caden Thunder was editing one of the stories to fall asleep to, and for those of you YouTube exclusive members that were on that live where I was reading that crazy long story to fall asleep to. There's a line in it about it says outskirts, right? It was just outskirts was the word I needed to say. I said outskirts. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how this one happened either. Okay, game on. How could you F up my sandwich twice, you idiot? The food truck worker, who maybe was mid-20s, probably a college student, looked mortified and scared. She kept apologizing, and Casey was having none of it. She kept going off saying things like, how hard is it to make an effing sandwich, among other things. But then she said the thing that stood out the most to me. No wonder you're working at a food truck. You don't even know how to take an order the right way. Good luck working a dead-end job the rest of your life, dumbass. Whoa, dude. Like, she went for it. She went for it. Yeah. Chat, thanks for all the reactions to my flub there. Appreciate it. She threw the sandwich at the worker's feet, stormed back to the table, grabbed her purse, and said, let's go. I was so shocked at what I had seen. I looked back at the worker and mouthed, I'm sorry, and followed Casey to the car. I know that I should have done more, but I was honestly so shocked I couldn't even process my thoughts. We got in the car and had a silent ride home. When we pulled in the driveway, before we got out, I looked at her and said, what was that? She said, what? Oh, the sandwich thing? The dumbasses screwed it up. At least they gave my money back. And then she got out of the car. We haven't talked much since this happened, but she is acting like nothing is wrong. I don't know what to do. The Casey from the fair is not the same Casey I've fallen in love with. I can't even look at her the same. I don't know what made her talk to someone like that. I've worked in food service multiple times and know how it feels to deal with difficult people. So I always try to treat my servers with respect and give them the benefit of the doubt. The irony in all of this is that Casey works an entry-level retail job. There's nothing wrong with that at all, and probably doesn't make much more than the food truck worker. I have a good paying job in business and I pay almost all of our bills, which I don't mind, and have never made Casey feel bad about it. So now I'm torn. I don't know where to go from here. I love Casey, but that is not the type of person I want to be with. It may have been an isolated incident, but what if it becomes more frequent? I'm confused, upset, and heartbroken. So am I the Astronaut if I break up with her because of how she treated the food truck worker? Caden Thunder, that happens to be the freaking comment that I see as soon as I glance up. Beans and snapping turtles. There you go. We've got a bunch of runs. We've got a bunch of NTAs. And the question here again was, am I the Astronaut if I break up with my girlfriend for how she treated a food service worker? I mean, no, you wouldn't be. You wouldn't be. The weird thing here is that yes, as far as your observation levels go right now, this is an isolated incident. I would want to know why. And yeah, you asked what happened and she's acting like nothing is wrong now, but I think the conversation would be like, look, I need to have a serious conversation with you about this. And I guess the question here is like, how much do you like her? How much, if you could figure out that there was a good reason for this and wherever this came from, it doesn't make it okay, but at least it adds some context. Is there anything that would make this okay enough for you to continue this relationship, and how badly do you want to do that? If you do want to do that pretty bad and you want to make this work, I would at least sit down and have a conversation and be like, look, what I saw has me scared. And I don't want to be with someone who's capable of doing things like that. Before making a huge decision about our relationship, I want to have a conversation with you and give you the opportunity to provide me with some context. Like, what drove that? What made that happen? Is this something that you feel or do often? Because I haven't seen that from you to this point, and it seems really out of character. Explain it to me. Help me understand it. And if she can't, then she can't. And that tells you everything you need to know. But there could be something big going on behind the scenes that you don't understand. And again, it doesn't make it okay. Nothing about this makes the way she just treated people okay. As you guys get close, let's say she has a really good reason for it. Like maybe something crazy was happening with her family or something that she doesn't want to tell you about. If there is some kind of thing that drove that, I would want her to open up to you and communicate about you, or communicate with you about those things so that you can help her through them and not let her get to a point where she has to have an outburst like that. The fact that she's capable of that is a huge red flag. Yes, and we'll go ahead and do this for you. Again, it is a huge red flag, and I think it'd be worth telling her that. You could just break up with her, run right now, and a lot of what we're seeing from Chad is run, just run, and you have every right to do that. However, I think you could also go through this deeper conversation and be like, hey, what's the deal here? What drove it? Help me understand, because I like you. We've had a great time together, and I don't think this is who you are, but what I saw scares me. I need some context here. So, hey, there's the first confetti pop of the day here. We met our donut goal. We get a cake story now. Heck yes. So again, NTA. Yeah, you're NTA for wanting to break up with her. But you do have other options. And the choice is yours. And I would say, in the reverse situation, put yourself in the reverse situation and be like, look, if I just lost my shit one day and I acted in a way that was completely inappropriate, would the person who is with me have every right to just leave? Yeah. What would I hope they would do, though? I would hope that they would have a conversation with me and be a true partner in this moment and try to help me get through this thing rather than leave me because of this thing. And like right now, if Candy Thunder and I, one of us has a really shitty day and we snap at someone that we would have never snapped at before, there's probably something behind it that we need to have a conversation about. So it's up to you. It's up to you how you want to play that. Alma, I agree. It takes a type of person to act that way. The fact that she's capable of it is a big red flag. However, context is also important. And I think there's an opportunity there with a partner, a true partner, to help prevent you getting to that boiling point kind of thing. And the fact that it happened, yeah, is a problem. It could be something that he could help her prevent if he wanted to. 4 months. Yes, 4 months. Yeah, she had her Karen moment. She definitely had her Karen moment. And now it's just a matter of like, if just the capacity or the ability to act that way is a deal breaker, then it's a deal breaker. I feel like if that happened, I would want to know more at least. And it could be in the conversation you have where you're like, hey, I'm leaving because this scares the shit out of me. However, I want to understand more here. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and thank some of our gifters here for hitting the donut goal. I got confetti all over me again. That's how we know it's a party. TLS Journey, Fly on the Wall, Michelle, Heather, Josh Inagami, Karen Louise, Queen Chewy, Pam K, Stephanie Woodard, Taylor Dactyl, T Wolfie, Sobitero. Sobitero. Is that right? Fane86, Classic Anime Queen, ResQ Ninja, Miss Aline, Piotr, Valerie, Shadowcat, Twinkle Sass. We got Teelko, Annette Madron, Lisi Lex, Reese Raven Kylo, Justina Josfadzi, Ruby Redhead, Mima, Chelsea Stevens, Dylan Sprague, C Sizzle, Joss VP, Mama Silver, Kristen Museum Girl, Jill's Realm. We got Jai Dragon, RVA, and M. Bracker, Tony Spark, May Featherhead, Carissa Wyke, Jang 9921, Susan Ramirez Smart, DB Cinder, Maria, Maryam Wild, Boo 77, Snowman Collector, Potterhead for Life, Diana Rose, and Brittany Nolan. Thank you guys so much for helping us get there. We'll get the next one set up, and it is. Oh, I was already there. Why did I do that? We got. Oh, snap. We're going to get Caden Thunder up here. Caden Thunder and confetti for 85 confettis. They are up there. Also, for those of you who are sending gifts that aren't part of the structure that we're doing today, I want to address that real quick because this is the first day that we're doing it a little bit different. We've got Cosmos, Pokemon, Shelly Hawks, Wonderfully Wonky. Thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate that. Lady Heart, Jenny Davies, Wonky again. Thank you so much. Seti, Elizabeth, Laura C, Tyke Bunny, Mama Chick, ResQ Ninja, Michelle Marie, TLS Jamie, Tony Spark, TLS, Samantha Kramer, Jennifer Walker, Amanda Hibbard. Amanda Hibbard? I hope I'm saying that right. Susan R.S., April Cassandra Boo Boo, It's a Walsh, Classic Anime Queen, JP, Violet, Caroline, Michelle, Heather. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. Weekly, we've got more coming in here now too. So you guys are awesome. Jenna, Amy McClellan, Sally, thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate that. We are on the confetti right now to get Caden Thunder up here. He's always excited to jump on and have fun. He is excited. You wouldn't be able to tell it, but he definitely is excited. All right, we're going to jump to our next story here, and it is the cake story number 1. Correct, Tony? You gotta keep me in line. Cake reward story number 1?
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Are we ready? Here we go. All right. This is a follower-submitted cake reward story, and it is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Telling My Husband to Lay Off the Cake? I'm seeing, hey, we're ranked. Hey, we're ranked. Thank you guys so much. And I don't mean stinky. I mean ranked in the rankings for TikTok Live. What are we at right now?
99.
99. Hey, we made the board, man. We made the board. We're climbing. We're climbing on up. And we don't even do battles, so this is a big deal. It's awesome. It's because of you guys. You guys are amazing. Amazing. I feel like if Candy Thunder told me to lay off the cake, I would be offended. But like, I thought you just said it was water weight. Thought you said it was looking good. Okay. I, female 42, and my husband, male 45, Dave, fake name, have been together for just over 5 years and married for 3. This is my second marriage and Dave's first marriage. The relationship started out amazing, but over the past several months, things have become rocky. I used to be extremely in love with Dave. He's a smart man and he's funny and incredibly good looking. But over the past year or so, he has begun to let himself go. He got a promotion, so he's actually making more money now. But with the added stress and lack of time, Dave says, I just don't have as much time to make it to the gym. I understand that he's busy, but it has been slowly starting to frustrate me. I felt like he didn't care how he appeared to me anymore. I feel like that's a red flag. I'm going to do it. That's a red flag to me. He went from someone I was proud to show off to my friends and family to my husband that I hope stays home when I go out. Because of how he looks? Okay. This is a follower submission. OP, if you're here, you may not want to raise your hand for this. I don't feel like it's going to go in your favor. That may sound harsh, but that's truly how it felt for me, and I was struggling with it a lot. It was difficult mentally to wake up to someone who is slowly, day after day, seemingly losing all of their muscles in replace of laziness. Despite all of these feelings, I kept them to myself, even though I was struggling. Okay, now it's a feeling-based thing, which is different. Last week was my husband's birthday. He turned 45. We had a small party that mostly consisted of a few friends and our family members. Dave's mother, my mother-in-law, bought him a big devil's food cake. This is Dave's favorite. Mother-in-law and I have never really gotten along, but when I saw her cutting a slice of cake that seemed a bit too big for my already physically struggling husband, I just about lost it. Everyone was eating cake and having a good time, and I had managed to bite my tongue until I saw Dave going back for another slice. So I finally let it slip and said, maybe you should lay off the cake. Dave looked at me confused and chuckled a bit, like he thought I was joking. But according to a couple of our friends, the look on my face was pure disgust. I said, you've already put on so much. I don't think you're going to need another slice if you intend on keeping a wife. Yeah, on his birthday. On his birthday. On his birthday. On his birthday. I tried to be polite, but this clearly upset his fragile feelings. Okay, you get one of these for that too. And he sat down his second slice and walked away. I could have said a lot worse, and what I did say was pretty tame. He was pretty quiet for the rest of the party, and mother-in-law came over to shame me for my rudeness. She had the audacity to tell me that I could lose a few myself. She was absolutely ridiculous. I didn't think I had made that big of a deal, but my husband actually said he was going to stay with his friend for a night or two, which I think is an overreaction. After he came back, he was quiet. It's been almost a week now, and we have barely spoken. So now I'm beginning to wonder if maybe I was too harsh, but I don't feel like I was. I feel like that what I said was justified. Am I the ass here? Yes. Yes, you are. Yes, yes, you are. Yes, yes, you are. Okay, so here's the deal. there's a word called shallow. And that word applies to you specifically, OP. You are purely basing this off of aesthetics. And this is very, very selfish of you, because throughout this, the narrative here is, it's like he doesn't care how he looks to me. And most people, even when they do devote time to working out, to their physical fitness, you know, the focus for a lot of people, I feel like it should be, how will you feel, right? Not how you look, but how you feel. You want to make yourself feel better. The looking good is a byproduct of that, but is the only thing you give a shit about here. Look, he got a promotion. I assume you guys are making more money now. Like he's given you the ability to you guys both the ability to live a more luxurious life or do things that you want to do here. But yeah, the byproduct of that is that he's busier. He doesn't have time to do these things that he needs to do. And instead of berating him, instead of being shitty and telling him to put down cake on his freaking birthday, you could do things like, hey, well, let's address this together. Can we get some home gym equipment? Do you want to go do these active things together instead of us sitting down to watch TV or do these other things that we do? You could address this together, and you could do it in a way that's not shitty. There are other ways to go about this. But the fact that you're selfish enough to think that, like, be pissed at him for not caring about how he looks to you and everything that you've said about him throughout this, you sound like a really shitty person. This is a follower submission, and I'm concerned for you. I'm concerned for your. It doesn't feel like you should be in this relationship. It doesn't feel like, I don't know. There are relationships where people are like so hardcore concerned about the aesthetics and about their physical fitness that they do all of that together, right? There are couples who do that together, and that is who they are. That may be who you are, but you don't get to force that upon him. And the fact that you're falling out of love with him because he hasn't had as much time to work out and to keep himself aesthetically pleasing for you, and that's causing you to fall out of love with him, that sucks. Sucks bad. The person is the person. You didn't fall in love with him. You fell in love with his body, apparently, with his shell. And now that the shell isn't the same, you're like, that's not love. That is not love. And yes, you get to take a trip here. Because this is a truly terrible thing. It's not just a terrible thing to say. If you had only said you should put down the cake because that's a terrible thing to say, and because it's his birthday, you'd take a trip to Ascot one here too. But everything else that you've said about how you feel about this man plants a flag there. You're going to be staying there for quite a while. This is a worldview issue. And if all you care about is this, probably time to just be a gym rat and stay only around people who are aesthetically pleasing to you, lest anyone else assault your eyeballs by not being complete in peak physical condition around you all the time. It's shitty. That's shitty. Not a fan. Not a fan of your shittiness here, OP. OP's just looking for a reason. Oh, the fact that she said this to him on his freaking birthday. Yeah, God forbid she gain any weight. And tell you what, at 45, it ain't easy. It's not. It's not easy. How would she feel if he did that to her, man? Yeah, good point. What's a female brozo? I don't know. We need to figure that out. What would a female brozo be? Also, we hit our goal here. Let me give some thanks real quick. Confetti, we're going to get Caden Thunder up here. Elise Newman, TLS Journey, Michelle, Heather, Josh Inagami. We've got Hilgen23, T. Wolfie, Chelsea Stevens, Squeaky Pickles, like the name, Ruby Redhead Piotr, Wonderfully Wonky, Valerie Shadowcat, Dylan Sprague, Tesh. We've got E. Tate Johnson, Annette Madron, Lacey Lex, Sarah Hibbetson, and Mama Silver. Thank you guys so much for helping us get there. I'm going to get the next one set up here. Oh, this one's going to unlock Tony Spark reading a story. I've got to find... I don't think I've used this gift before. Found it. Found it. I'm a fan. I like it. Tony reads story, and Candy gives feedback? Wow. It's the Thunder and Spark duo tag team. Okay. We've got 40 Franktastics. Franktastic. To be able to get Tony Spark up here reading the story and Candy Thunder up here giving feedback. Heck yes. Chrissy, Jessica, thank you guys so much. JB Forever with the heart me. Ashley with the rose. Athena, Shelly, Christy. Ursula, thank you guys so much. Stacy, Christy, Tammy Lee, Shelly, 816 636. Thank you so much. Casey repping up there. Seti, Inger Elizabeth, Solo Traveler, Smiley Abix. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. We'll dive into this. Yeah, sorry, OP, from that last story, but you're kind of a shit human. I don't know what else to say. It sucks. If Candy Thunder treated me like that, or if I treated Candy Thunder like that, that's terrible. Like it would be impossible to feel loved and appreciated if someone treated you like that. It would be impossible. If you told me to put a slice of cake down on my birthday because I've already gained weight. She just got back with Ava, so she hadn't heard the whole story. But yeah, this was rough. Two shitty ones in a row.
Not a shitty.
The double deuce. We got the double deuce going on there.
I would give you another piece of cake.
Britzers. We're still talking about the female version of Brozo, and she's got Hozo. Britzers, I think that's pretty damn good. It's I like it. Hozo. We got a Hozo up in here. My gosh. Okay, so let me bounce to the follower submission, and then Caden Thunder will have you come up after that and give some feedback for this. Is that what we're doing? Yeah. Caden appearance of confetti. Yes. So we'll get Caden Thunder up here after this story, and he'll help give some feedback to it. This is another follower submitted story. OP, if you happen to be in the house and want to raise your hand and claim your story, that's completely up to you. This is, am I the astronaut for ending our marriage when my husband abandoned me while my mom was dying of cancer? Could you have found a heavier story? Holy shit. Am I the astronaut for ending our marriage when my husband abandoned me while my mom was dying of cancer? That's a heavy title. OP, if you're in chat. Hey, okay, we've got Akasha. Is it Akasha or Acacia? OP is here, everybody. We may have questions for you. Hang tight. Thank you for speaking up, by the way. My husband, 36 male, and I, 38 female, have been together since 2017 and married in 2019. We have one child, 4 male. We bought our house together 1 year ago, even though we were struggling a bit in the relationship. I thought all relationships have difficult moments, and once we're a bit settled, we can really start to work on us. Unfortunately, no matter how much I tried to communicate, he would rather look at his phone or play video games and ignore everything I was feeling. We'll do this for that. It was really hard to try not to resent him for this and try to understand why this might be happening, but I did end up feeling resentment. I struggled within myself to be more understanding and kept trying to find marriage counseling. However, that had to hit pause when my mom's health got really bad. She had been diagnosed with multiple myeloma a couple of years ago and had been going to doctors weekly for treatments, which I was helping with as well. I spoke to my husband early this year about moving her in with us as we had a spare bedroom so I could take full care of her while she went through chemo, to which he agreed. She moved in February 1st and declined very quickly. By April, the doctor told us treatment doesn't seem to be helping at all anymore and only making her sicker, and it would be best to take her home and start hospice care. So at home, I met with hospice nurses to discuss care, which ended up being medication every hour, and watching her because she started to become very confused and kept wanting to walk around even though her body couldn't. My husband helped a little here and there, but I mostly did everything until my sister came to stay while we go through this together. Mandy, hey, welcome back to the storm. Glad to have you in the fam. On May 7th, my husband's day off work, I asked if he would make us breakfast because we are literally not leaving my mom's room for more than a few minutes to make sure she's okay and just to be there with her during her final days. He decided he was not going to do that, got pissed off, and left for the whole day. Because he didn't want to make breakfast? Like, nah, I'm gonna leave instead. I honestly have no clue why asking for breakfast pissed him off, but I couldn't focus on that right now. He returned later that night just to tell me I had 30 days to leave, which I reminded him my name is also on the house and I will not be doing that. He left again. He came back the next day after work because he had nowhere else to go, and I told him that I felt like he abandoned me in a time when I needed him the most, put more unnecessary stress on me in the worst time of my life, and I don't feel like I can forgive him for this. I said, I'm done trying so hard when I feel like he isn't doing much of anything to fix our relationship nor supporting me during this awful time. I said, I'm done. This was my line of how far was too far, and it's over. I also said because we both own the house, we both need to be the best parents we can for our little one. We should both stay in the house as roommates / co-parents, but I could not be in a relationship with a person who could hurt me the way he has. Sadly, my mom passed only 4 days later, May 11th. Thankfully, I was surrounded by my 2 sisters, my brother-in-law, 2 nieces, and my son, so I wasn't alone. But I still struggle with knowing if I've done the right thing. My son is so young and I want him to be happy. From what I can tell, he is. He's definitely a mama's boy some days, and other days he only wants his dad, and I wouldn't want to take that from him. So much has changed in the home except my expectations of my now ex-husband. There's no affection between us, but that was already kind of how it was due to his phone and video games. As long as he continues to work and provide his portion to keep the house and bills paid, and he continues being a decent father, I don't really care what he does anymore. Side note, I also work outside the home as a caregiver, so I do my part to contribute to the house and bills. Am I the Astronaut for ending our marriage? No, hell no. Hell no. There are potential complications here, likely complications here that we do need to address here. Absolutely not the asshole. Even before he did the erratic things where he was like, no, instead of making breakfast for you, I'm just going to leave the entire day and then coming back and telling you to get out, which was a brozo move. We'll go ahead and do this as well. Even before all of that, deciding to completely neglect you and choose himself all the time, which is what was happening here and here, deciding to choose him time instead of we time every time is a problem. That's a deal breaker. And it's something that you, as long as you throw a flag and you be like, hey, when you do these things, this is how it makes me feel. I'm giving you the opportunity to change that thing. You don't have to accept it. He just wasn't going to change, and instead just decided he wanted to keep choosing him time all the time, and that was that. The problem that I see for you comes in here because living together with an ex so that you can co-parent sounds like a really, really complicated situation here. And before I lose it here, Christy, thank you so much for subscribing and becoming a member of the Storm. We're glad to have you in the fam. I can tell you from experience that your child will be happier with 2 happy homes than they are with 1 unhappy home. Your kids in general, like it's scary to take that away from them, and it's scary to, like, you don't want to bust that family up. I understand where you're at. I understand the fear there, and I understand there's some economic limitations here as well. But I'm telling you, that fear that is keeping this toxic environment going right now for you guys, like that radiates to your kids as well. Your happiness is one of the best things that you can do to set an example for your kid. And at some point, that's going to lead to being happy in a separate home. And maybe your ex will be happy in a separate home as well. That's on him. But the best thing you can do for your child is be happy. Because they're going to grow up with you as the benchmark. They're going to grow up thinking this was okay for my mom. This was enough for my mom. So this is enough for me. Like, I'll settle for this because she settled for this. And it's you have an opportunity here to set the bar for the choices that you want your child to make too. And I understand the flip side of that is, like, I want to make sacrifices for my child's happiness. Well, you need to understand that your happiness is one of the most important things that you can provide for your child. It's complicated, but I could tell you from experience that your kids will be okay and will be happy in separate homes. Keeping it together can lead to more complications. And I understand there are some financial limitations there as well with the separate homes thing, but you'll get that part figured out. Just don't let splitting up the family be the thing, be the only thing that holds all that together for you, because you will not be happy. We are at, we only need 7 more. What are they called? Franktastics? Franktastics. We were talking about somebody named Frank not long ago. I can't remember where or why. But it was in, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. I don't know where I'm going with it. Raven, yeah, they're aware of everything you think you're hiding, even if it's just like a feeling that you radiate, even if it's just the vibe you put off your aura. They feel that. They feel that. Most kids are empaths. Paula, your first live, welcome. Glad to have you here. Mama Chris, you stayed for 17 years thinking it was for the kids. Big mistake. Telling you. I'm telling you. Oh, heck yeah. There we go. Franktastic. Franktastic made it happen here. Michelle, Heather, TLS Journey, Kathy Mason, Christy Lynn, Pam K, Stephanie Woodard, Tony Spark, Candy Thunder, Josh Inagami, Ruby Redhead, Susan Ramirez Smart, Dylan Sprague, Pink Pixie Dust, Tesh, WLC 7173, El Marine 98, Cupcakes by Seti, Annette Madron, Beth Ann. We've got Lacey Lex, Mish 1. We got May Featherhead, Crash Cart Ronnie, and Dino Nugget 101. Thank you guys so much for helping us get there. We're going to get Tony Spark up in here to read a story, tell you what. The next one we're going to set up will unlock the Astronaut helmet. I know, it's been a while. It's been a while since you guys have seen me with the Astronaut helmet on, and I know you've missed it, so we're going to bring it back. Let's see here. Oh. This is a new... Oh, yeah. We got to get Caden Thunder up here to give feedback before we get Tony Spark up here. Thank you for the reminder on that. Oh, okay. Have you prepared your monologue? Okay. He's got a monologue prepared that he's gonna give. I'm lost. Hold on. Too many things going on at once here. I'm lost. All right, we're going to unlock the Astronaut helmet and confetti with 750 pumpkin spice lattes. That's right, it's fall, y'all. It's PSL time. It is PSL time. Let's go ahead and get him up here to say hello, ladies and gentlemen. Caden Thunder. Oh my God, it's Caden Thunder.
77 years ago. That's it. That's all I know. What do you guys like pumpkin flavored things? Are you guys Thanks.
I think Candy Thunder might have pooped her pants with that one.
I did. They're new jeans.
She might have pooped her bedazzled pants with that one.
Guys, it's not working. Oh my God.
So, only pumpkin pie, not like... Do you guys actually like pumpkin spice lattes, like in real life?
Like in real... You just had one today, right?
I had... Not today.
Oh.
It was a few days ago. I had a pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks, and it was pretty good. It was a cold one. Pretty tasty. You had to mix it up first, of course.
So what have you been up to lately?
What have I been up to lately?
Yeah.
Well, just going to school.
Hey, you did some photography last night.
I did. I took some pictures at a Brady Thunder's football game. Pretty fun.
It was a rough game.
Yeah.
Pumpkin cream one? Oh.
Pumpkin cream sounds bussin'. That sounds
bussin'.
Absolutely fanatic-tastic.
Hey, Michelle, welcome. She's in Ireland.
Pumpkin spice Cheerios? I've never tried that, but I would love to try pumpkin spice Cheerios.
Think Tammy.
Huh. Thank you for subscribing, Tammy. Welcome to the fam.
Bussin'.
Somebody said, "Are you a video game fan?"
I do like video games, yeah. I play them. Not as much as I would like to, because I just like sleeping, but I like video games. I'm going to play Spider-Man 2 whenever it comes out.
What other games are you actively playing right now? You got confetti in your shirt, bro.
That's your fault, man, not mine.
That's true.
I was just letting it happen. I'm replaying Spider-Man 1 kind of slowly, just in hype for Spider-Man 2, but I haven't played much, I guess. Starfield. I've been playing a lot of Starfield. Not in like the past week, but for a minute I was playing a lot of Starfield. Now I have to take like a mental break from it. Goat Simulator.
The Miles Spider-Man?
Yeah, I played that one. No, not the Miles Morales Spider-Man. I played that one too. I beat that one. I beat both of them, but I'm replaying the Spider-Man remastered, the first one.
Doodles Dragon is asking, what do you play on? Console? Xbox?
I have Xbox and a PS5, so I play both. I use the PlayStation for like Spider-Man and God of War and Ratchet and Clank, and then I have like multiplayer games on Xbox. I was playing Diablo too, but I beat it. Yeah, I like.
There's more confetti.
Oh, I thought I hit something. Yeah. I played Diablo. I'm on my second character right now. I'm doing a necromancer this time. I did a sorcerer the first time.
Hey Stephanie, to your comment right now, whenever they have the new like seasonal gifts come out, I think app updates push those out to your phone, so you may have to check and see if your app is up to date. Now, pushing an update to it would probably kill it, and then so the choice is yours though. Yeah, so if you're not seeing pumpkin spice latte as a gift option, you may have to check and see if your app is updated. You have the same issue?
That's weird.
Okay, well, it's apparently an issue for a lot of people here. So, yeah, we're at 339 to 750. We'll get there, and then we'll stay away from pumpkin spice latte after this one.
Hey, stay away from it on here, but in real life, you can get you some of that pumpkin spice. You feel me?
There you go.
Some of that pumpkin spice.
LaShawn, Starfield, and Diablo on Xbox.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I've been a little more lax on video games lately because I'm rewatching The Boys right now because The Boys is just great. So I need to play the new Mortal Kombat too because they have Homelander, but I'm waiting for it to go on sale because it's just, man, it's expensive.
What did you say about season 3 of The Boys? Isn't it like even worse than
it's a lot like more inappropriate than the first couple of seasons. I would say so. Yeah, I can't even talk about why on here, but it's you guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, The Boys it's fantastic. Yeah. I won't spoil anything for you since you guys are watching it, but it's really good. Also Succession. I just finished Succession. I watched the whole thing.
Woo!
We hit the likes goal.
We hit the likes goal.
Very nice work,
Let's
guys.
go. Let's go.
Nice work.
Yes, I have read the Boys comics too. I have.
Candy Thunder was back there trying to get the confetti cannon, and it was like she was flagging me with it all the time.
Good job on the likes
covering up
goal,
my bits.
guys.
I'm like, oh.
You guys rock. Yeah, I've also watched The Witcher and played the games. It's good. Good stuff.
Yeah, I get it.
Full blown nerd.
Samantha, The Boys is a show. It's
on Prime.
They're superheroes, but not all of them are good.
They're all bad, pretty much. Like it's like superheroes in real life. Like they're kind of like celebrities, but they really don't care about casualties or anything like that, and it's pretty twisted and messed up. And one of the main guys, Homelander, he's like an evil, twisted version of Superman, kinda. But he's messed up. But he's
a dick.
It's so good.
He's a dick.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I know Jensen Ackles is in it. That's Dean. That's my supernatural boy. Yeah.
Yeah, Tia, anti-heroes. Yes, definitely. White Lotus is amazing.
Yes,
we're big fans.
Yeah, I love the White Lotus. Okay, I could talk. I could keep talking about shows for
we got him
forever.
rocking on.
All right,
things he
good
cares
job,
about
guys.
now. Thank you so much, Caden Thunder. Appreciate it, bro. If we get on a topic that he cares about, like he'd hang out with you the whole time here. Supernatural, yep, a huge Supernatural fan. Likes goal met. You guys are awesome. We still have a little ways to go on the PSLs though, and I know that a lot of people don't have access to that. So, yeah, I get it. I'm sorry. Jessica Shell, Heather Lynn Chick, A Flower, Heather Lynn again, Kim McKee, K McKee, KM McKee, K McKee. Words are hard. Sorry. JP, Diana Galvin, Heather, thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate that. Movie Freak, you as well. Becky, thank you so much. Ann and Bracker, I see you there too. Mandy, you guys are awesome. Rescue Ninja, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. Submitted stories, Alexis, they get posted. So yeah, all of our lives, basically all of our content creation sessions are done live now. All the stories that we cover here, we will chop up and use as post. Everything gets posted to YouTube. A small percentage of things get posted to TikTok. So, yes, but they do all get used. So yes. Okay. So, now we have Tony Spark coming up to actually read a story for us. And it is which story, bro? I'll get it pulled up for you. Yes. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, here to read a story. And then Candy Thunder will be coming up to give feedback. We have the one, the only, unless Ted is taking over, Tony Spark. Oh my God. Hey, check out the shirt today also, by the way.
Yeah.
How about those Chiefs?
Yeah.
You made a film?
I just need you to get a little footage.
I can do that.
Working on a TikTok video project, so we'll see what happens. What's up, guys?
You up on the gimbal?
How's it going? Yeah. Just do it the old school way. How's everybody doing? What's up? What's up? How about those Chiefs? Hey, Sophia. How you doing? The Bills, they won. They're looking good after week 1 disaster. T-Swift team. Yeah. I decided to rep Taylor's football team today. So, it's the Kansas City Chiefs shirt, Taylor's version. How about T-Swift? Yeah, that was pretty awesome. We still, I came in Monday, maybe a little bit late due to the shenanigans that happened. Okay, an hour is more or less a lot late. Anyway, and Candy was bubbling with excitement to talk about the events that happened on Sunday, meaning Taylor Swift being at the game. So, yeah, Ash, the media is definitely not stop talking about it. Is kind of crazy. But I think hopefully Travis and his podcast, like maybe things will calm down a little bit on it, but I doubt it. But anyway, I didn't see Dusty's face in the background, so I'll have to see that later. Casey Chiefs Taylor's version. That's right. Okay. All right. This next story is from the AITA subreddit, and it is called Am I the Astronaut for stating no pets at my wedding? I didn't know that was something that you had to state before inviting people to your wedding. I'm getting married next year in an outdoorsy nature reserve in some woods with a barn. Because it's in a nature reserve, the venue let us know that we couldn't have dogs at our wedding unless it was very specifically our dog, who they met before, to check they would be well behaved and stay on the lead the whole time, etc. Our dog is a rescue and actually still a little nervy around new people, so we decided it was best if she stayed home with a sitter and we just had a dog-free wedding. We sent out save the dates last week, and a couple days ago, I got a message from my cousin asking if we'd forgotten to put his dog's name on the invite. Interesting. The thing is, his dog is not at all trained. He jumps up at people, barks and whines constantly if he's not getting attention, has extreme separation anxiety to the point where they can't even go to the bathroom at the same time or he will destroy furniture, has been known to nip when he gets excited, and is generally just not well behaved. This is completely my cousin's fault for getting a high energy breed and then not doing any training with them. But my point is that if I were to invite any dog, this is the last one I'd choose, because his behavior is not suited to a group event where it will be loud and stressful for the dog. I replied and explained we couldn't have dogs, unfortunately. At this point, he kicked... What? At this point, Sorry, words are hard. At this point, Do you think that's supposed to say it was ticked off? I don't know what this is supposed to say.
No, I think it's a different saying for non-American.
Oh, probably. At this point, he kicked off and asked if I was expecting him to pay for a new suit, travel, hotel, etc., and now a weekend at a kennel. And if his dog wasn't invited, he wasn't going to come because his dog's separation anxiety means he cannot be left with anyone else. I was pretty pissed off, but I replied and said I totally understand that traveling here would be an expense for him, and if the extra money needed for a sitter/kennels meant he couldn't come, I was sad he won't make it, but understand, and it would be great to catch up some other time. He never replied, and I left it at that. I really didn't think I'd done anything wrong, to be honest, but now I'm being hassled by multiple members of my family who are telling me I'm being a stubborn asshole for not making an exception for this one dog. My mom's argument is that if we're not taking our dog, my cousin's dog can be there instead, and I'm causing a huge family row because we're being bridezilla-y. Sometimes I can be a bit clueless and will definitely apologize if I'm in the wrong. So Reddit, am I the Astronaut? No! Like, first off, who gets an invitation to a wedding and is like, oh, well, they must have left my dog off this invitation. Like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Unless they specifically say it's a dog-friendly wedding, which, I mean, I've been to some weddings and there's a dog there, but the dog is maybe like the ring bearer or some stupid thing like that. But like, bro, you're upset because your dog wasn't invited to the wedding? That's, yeah. It's not like it's a brother or a sister or it's a cousin. So it's probably just like some like, what, this is a Cousin Eddie situation where the dog just shows up in the motorhome with the dog and he's like, oh, hey. He's like, oh, yeah, you got any dog food over here? Hey, my dog needs a plate too and some cake. And hey, when you're cutting the cake, go ahead and cut him a slice off for it too. You know, I think he'll take some of it. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Yeah.
Does anyone object
it's also really hot in here. The venue said no dogs allowed. Yeah, I don't know. There's so much in chat right now. I'm taking these off, by the way, because they're hot, and I'm getting Dusty's headphones sweaty. This is really hot over here. Candy Thunder, what do you think about this?
Ladies and gentlemen, Candy Thunder!
I told Tony that if Dusty and I renew our vows, we're only inviting dogs to our wedding. And Tony said that having a dog as a ring bearer is stupid. That's not stupid.
Okay, it's not stupid. That's what I meant.
No, this is, one, the venue said no dogs unless they were well behaved. This dog is clearly not well behaved. And two, the bride said no. So no's no. No means no.
Yeah, like.
Let's dance again.
The fact that he was upset that his dog was not invited. Oh, I think you left my dog's name off the invitation.
I know. Like, no, your dog isn't invited.
How clueless are you, bro?
It's different. I mean, if the dog belongs to the bride or the groom and they want the dog involved in the wedding, then that's their choice. But they don't want somebody's dog who's going to jump on her dress or something, like at the wedding, or getting paw prints on the groom's shirt. Like, no.
But again, like, I don't know where he thinks like dogs are. I mean, I
don't know. I think you called it with the Cousin Eddie from like showing up at Christmas Vacation.
Like, I think that's what it's got to be because it's like, dude.
I see the dog like running under the table like during the
Which
dinner.
way, me or her?
Oh, sorry.
I'm like, I don't know if I've ever been to a wedding actually with the, like, I get that people have like the dog involved sometimes, but I've never been to one with it. And it'd be like, I would be like, it's more odd to see a dog at a wedding than be like, oh, this wedding didn't allow dogs. Wow. These people must be stuck up. Like,
not to mention the fact that he wanted his dog's name on the invitation, like in the mail. He wanted the, yeah. How would you even write? I guess just the dog's name. I don't know. Mr.
Does a dog get a +1? I don't know.
Fido.
Like, does the dog get a +1? How does this work? Because I don't understand at all.
See, Caroline, that's the right call. Your friends asked you to bring the dog, so you brought the dog.
And it was not a service dog.
That's true.
Because that'd be a whole different story.
Dude may show up forcibly with the dog.
Oh, yeah, that'd be rough. Yeah, it was not a service dog.
I feel bad for the dog if they got like a really high energy breed and just like neglected to do anything to like help this dog channel that energy. I do feel bad for the dog.
Crazy. OP, you are not the asshole. So.
Oh, you hit the button.
I did. I hit the button. OP.
I've never got to hit a button.
Do you want to hit the button for the guy who wants to bring the dog? What would he be?
Ooh,
the guy who's throwing a fit about cousin who's not happy that his dog was not invited. What would he be? There you go.
Oh, button. I hit a button.
Look at us pushing buttons. I feel like Dusty's secretly nervous. We're gonna like mess
I know
it up
we're gonna
and,
mess. Don't. He's like, don't touch
don't
my
touch that one.
things."
Not that one. Don't touch that one.
Just don't hit the red button.
Yes, agreed.
I mean, I don't think he's a 1 because I don't think it makes him a terrible human being.
No.
Like I have some friends that like their dog is like their baby and their child, and I get that and like want to bring it everywhere. And that's but like at some point there's a line. Like,
No, that's true.
You should know that you're not like going to bring a dog to somebody's wedding.
Right, and I would never do that. Yeah.
I would say he's
I would bring Luna to.
I would say
to our
he's a
wedding.
2 to 3 probably. What do you think? I'm gonna go with 2.
I'm gonna go with 2 as well.
There you go. You can push the button.
Wait, what do you do to get back?
I think you just
face.
push.
You can just hit the Ascot too.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm new. I'm new to the buttons. Okay.
Yeah.
He's there. We made him. He flew there.
Yeah.
He's there.
It's on Ascon too.
Okay.
But anyway, poor dog didn't even get a customized wedding invitation.
I know.
Sad.
We should have, if we send invitations to pups, they should go out in the shape of bones with like a little like ring like around it
Yeah.
for a doggy wedding.
Yeah. This guy, I'm definitely.
It is my first day.
It's definitely like a Cousin Eddie type of situation.
I'm the new girl. I just see the dog like drinking out of the. What was he drinking out of in the thing? But he like ran under the table and like everything went flying.
He drank out of the. He drank the water from the Christmas tree.
And the Christmas tree died.
catches on fire,
Yes,
and then
yes.
then it was a whole big thing. Yeah. when they're in the grocery store and he's just piling bags of dog food on top of the cart. Yeah.
It's almost time. It's almost time for Christmas vacation.
It's
right.
always time for Christmas vacation. To be fair.
All right. Next
All
story.
right.
Next story is a good one. It's a followers.
Bye, guys. Thanks.
Let's hear it for Tony Spark and Candy Thunder. Nice job with the buttons there, guys.
The B team.
Yeah, no, you did a good. You guys are not the B team. The B team. Good gravy. You guys did a great job as always. Very nice work. Very nice work. Yeah, I think the mom getting involved here about it is shady, right? I think asking if you can bring your dog to someone's wedding is an asshole move. If they're going to invite your animals, then that's fine. But I mean, if you have an animal, you can't expect to bring them everywhere with you. You just can't. Can't do it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and dive to the next follower submission story we have, which is we are 30 away from our pumpkin spice latte goal here. We are darn close. By the way, no name, Taylor Cooney, Dawn, thank you so much for the gifts there. Redbird72, Dawn as well, Tina, Dante, Kara, Heather Lynn, JP, Courtney Lynn, subscribe for the first time to become a member of the Storm. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Rachel with the Corgi, Jamie with the PSL, Mandy with the PSL, Heather, Bets, Lou, Cassandra, Christina. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the support there. Oh, we hit it. There we go. We hit it. Look at that. You guys being up here reading them stories. Yeah, you helped us hit that PSL goal. Let me thank you all for that real quick. Elise Newman, Josh Inagami, Flower Girl, Tammy Wunsch, Pink, Pixie Dust, Pam K, Rescue Ninja, Bets Lou. We got Tamara, Diana. We have Christy Lynn, Donuts Dad, Mama Jams. We've got Grady and Beck, Lynn Wilson, DJJM. We've got Siri 79 Iceland, NM Bracker, Joss VP, May Featherhead, Ruby Redhead, Sharon Day Newton, Chelsea Stevens, Cupcakes by Seti. We've got Dark Skull Faye, Olivia and Sons, Piotr L777, Christina List Jins, Jennifer Gingell. We've got obviously Mel, Kelly McMillan, Dawn Banks, Classic Anime Queen, Sir Gotham Knight, Crash Cart Ronnie, ADHD Witch, Grey Eyed Misfit, Trying Something, Lizzie Lex, and Sarah Hibbetson. Thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate that. We'll get our next one set up here, and it is something different as well. Hopefully you guys have this one. Let's hope. We're gonna hope. It's not fall themed, I don't think so. So hopefully it got it. We're gonna unlock another cake story here with this one. And it is 35 ducks. Ducks. Yeah, it's another new one. It's not, I don't think it's seasonal, so hopefully you guys have it. Hopefully you have it. Thank you so much for the for the shares of the stream there, guys. Greatly appreciate that. You definitely help our numbers and get us in front of more people when you do that. So that means the world to us. Stephanie, thanks so much. Greatly appreciate the love there. Valerie, Shadowcat, Pam K, Brett Burgess. We've got K's, Stacy, Holly, Jill Talk. Thank you guys so much. No Name with the Worsty, Redbird, Joanne with the hat and the stash there. I didn't see it pop up. Thank you guys so much for that. Greatly appreciate that. And we'll dive into our follower submission here. I am on the right one here, right? 3. Okay. I get it. Whenever it's your turn to read the story, you know them all, so you get to cherry pick. I get it. Okay, this is a follower submission. So, OP, if you're in chat and you want to claim your story, you know what to do. Title of this story is, Am I the Astronaut for putting my mother-in-law in a timeout? Hey! If this is like an actual put your nose in the corner timeout, I'm gonna love it. I'm just gonna love it. I, 33 female, my husband, 36 male, and our 3-year-old son were invited to my husband's side of the family yearly end of summer BBQ. This year was the turn of my 63-year-old mother-in-law to host. So I'm not going to sugarcoat it. My relationship with my mother-in-law has always been a little strained. We are just very different people with different ideas and beliefs. For example, our main disagreement has been about me working as a mother. I'm a senior ER pediatric nurse. Christina, subscribed for the first time to be a member of the Storm. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Glad to have you here. She has always stated that women should give up work as soon as they are pregnant and not return to work until all children are of adult age. It's fine for her to have that belief herself, but to push it on you is a completely different story. She has told me that I am a part-time mother because I work 3 days a week. I disagree with her. Firstly, I have no judgment if a parent, mother or father, wants to be a stay-at-home parent, but it's not something I want for me as I have worked hard for my career. Secondly, even if I did want to be a stay-at-home parent, I wouldn't be able to afford it. This disagreement popped up when she invited us to the BBQ, as I told her I was meant to be working on the date she selected, but would try to get a swap. She said I should prioritize family like a good woman. I was annoyed at her comment, but didn't reply. I managed to swap the shift and attend the barbecue. However, I will hold my hands up and say I was a little fake towards her when I arrived. There were around 20 people at the barbecue in mother-in-law's garden. I was talking to my husband, brother-in-law, and his wife by the grill while their 2 sons played with my son. Mother-in-law called to my son that she had put the potato salad out because for some reason he is obsessed with potato salad at the moment. He screamed yay and started to run to the table. When she shouted, I had looked up at him and then watched him trip over his feet and fall into a fancy china plant pot which shattered under him. He cried and I went to go get him and pick him up, but mother-in-law got to him first. She picked him up and smacked him on the back of his legs hard twice and shouted at him for breaking her pot. I pulled him away from her and tried to calm him down. I was furious and told mother-in-law to back off. Yeah, we'll give her some red flags for that. I personally don't smack my child and don't agree with it, and so does my husband. Mother-in-law is aware of this. When he is being naughty, my husband and I use the warning and then timeout method. 1 minute on the timeout step per minute of his age. Mother-in-law says that a timeout is weak parenting. It was actually my husband's idea to use timeout, as he says he was hit a lot as a child and it taught him nothing. When I calmed down somewhat, I checked him over and saw he was bleeding. Mother-in-law was shouting, but I left my husband to deal with her. He was also cross, and I carried our son into the house to give him some love and first aid. After a few minutes, I had calmed down our son more and had cleaned and dressed his cut hand. Husband and mother-in-law came into the kitchen. My husband told her to apologize, but she refused and stated that she had nothing to be sorry for. She was simply disciplining our son for us. What, for running to the food that you set out and then tripping? Yes, should apologize for this accident. She stated that we are not around enough to have a solid discipline plan. I told her that we all witnessed him trip and fall. He didn't break the pot by being naughty. He fell and therefore didn't need to be punished. I was sorry her pot was broken and my husband said that he would buy her a new one. She disagreed with us and said he should be punished and not a useless timeout. I snapped. I told my mother-in-law that she was being horrible, assaulted my child, and was demanding an apology for an accident by a 3-year-old. I told her she had given I told her she had been given a chance to apologize and make amends with her grandson, but refused to do so. Therefore, I was putting her in a timeout. She will have no contact with her grandson for 1 day for each year of his age. This means no visits, no phone calls, no photos for 63 days. If she didn't stick to my rules and tried to contact him, her time would start again. With that, I took my son and sat in the car until my husband joined us and took us home. My husband agrees with me that his mother was out of line but felt 63 days was a long time, but agreed to support me and make a united front. However, other family members are telling me that I'm being ridiculous and selfish, that mother-in-law is old-fashioned, and I shouldn't keep her in our timeout for 63 days. I intend to keep it, but am I the Astronaut? Hey-o, we hit the cake goal. Let's take care of that, and then we'll jump back and talk about the story a little bit, which is bananas. For the feedback? Hell yeah, I'll do it. I'll put the Astronaut helmet on for the feedback here. I know, it's been so long. We've got Beth Ann, Josh Inagami, Darcy LC, TLS Journey, Fane 86, Carissa Wyke, Joff Kelly, Brett Burgess. We've got Michelle Heather, Valerie Shadowcat, Susan Ramirez, Smart, Pam K, Ann M. Bracker, Chunky Chick, Candy Thunder, and Sir Gotham Knight. Thank you all so much for helping us get there. Greatly appreciate that. And we have our last one set up here. And it is... Got it. Found it. This will unlock another Tony appearance. Y'all can't get enough of Tony Spark today. He's got things to talk about. Okay, we've got 50 confettis up there. All right, let's jump back and talk. Oh yeah, I gotta get my helmet. Hold on, I gotta get the helmet. Ignore my hair. Houston, we have a problem. This scenario here, and here's the deal. Here's the deal. Yeah, I love all the mother-in-law alert emotes coming out here. Man, is it just me, or does this thing look better every time I put it on? It's like it ages like a fine wine. It's just amazing.
We haven't worn it in a while because we had to ship it off to get it refurbished.
Yeah.
Clean it up and
when they have to do that at like specific facilities that know how to deal with objects that have been in outer space. Dusty Knots, Caden Thunder, there you go. I didn't see the A in there for a second. I was like, Dusty Nuts? What? No. So she can be whatever kind of old-fashioned she wants to be. She does not get to force that on other people. And yes, you're at her home. It does not mean that she gets to pick up whatever kid she wants and start smacking them around. That doesn't... her rules don't apply to your children. Now, if she is watching your kids for you, there has to be some kind of communication and understanding about, like, this is the discipline plan that we are agreeing on right now. But she just picking up this kid for having an accident that really she was the beginning of by telling him that the potato salad was out. So he started running that direction, tripped, fell, accident. She picks him up and starts smacking him for it. That, you know what? Tell you what, Grandma, that's a way to foster a really healthy relationship with your 3-year-old grandchild, and also, you know, with your son and his wife. It's a really good way to foster a good relationship, and just tell them that they're shitty parents, and you know, it's not going to drive a wedge at all. I wonder why won't my family talk to me? I don't know. What do you think, Grandma? This is not hard to figure out. Also, is OP in chat here? Have we seen anything from OP? I don't think so. Take it off? But it looks so damn good. No? You don't like it? It's okay? Well, can I put this on? If I do this on it, does that make it better? No? It doesn't make it any better? Okay. What about this one? Is this one any better? No? Not any better? What about this one?
no.
I can't see anything in
Can't
this
hear
one.
you very good.
You can't hear me?
Just there. All right, now you can finish it.
Okay. Okay.
It's confetti right on.
Good gravy. Blossom, you had to scroll back. So this is just one of those scenarios where OP, I think it is ironically awesome. I think it is great the way that you're approaching this. You're like, oh yeah, timeouts don't work, huh? Let's see. And you give her a dose of what a timeout really means. Now she's fighting against it. So wait, she's fighting against this timeout so hard because she thinks it's too harsh. Wait, timeouts aren't harsh at all and they mean nothing. They're ineffective, right? So if they're ineffective, she should really have to battle through this without speaking up at all, right? And also family members, same thing. It's like, oh, you don't think it's that big of a deal? Okay. If she picked up your 3-year-old and started smacking the crap out of him for an accident, would you think that was a big deal then? I think she's earned every bit of this 63-day timeout, probably beyond then as well. If she's going to be around your child again, there have to be some very clear ground rules. And if she is not willing to agree to those ground rules, she doesn't get to be around your kid. It's as simple as that. Just good old-fashioned boundaries. NTA for you. And the question here was, am I the astronaut for putting my mother-in-law in a timeout? Hell no. I think it's awesome. It is awesome. And it forces her to address her hypocrisy. Because if they're not effective, then she doesn't get to bitch about it at all. We have a very difficult to trigger set of confetti cannons here, and every time somebody's twisting on it, trying to get it to fire, it like aims in a bunch of different directions, and I'm like, oh man, it's gonna come straight at my face. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know. Actions have consequences, Pancake. Yeah, that's right, and this applies to Grandma as well. 1 million likes? Heck yeah! Whoa! There it goes. More confetti. Oh, we hit the confetti goal here. You guys are awesome. Let's go ahead and read that real quick. That's Caden Thunder's woo. You can hear it in the background. It's very unique. You can hear it. You can pick that out of a crowd here. Alicia, subscribe for the first time to become a member of the store. Alicia, thank you so much. Welcome to the fam. Glad to have you here. Overkill Mill, Beth Ann. We've got Josh Enigemi, Pirate Pups, DJ JM, Carissa White, Zool, Pam K, through Scott, Chunky Chick, Ruby, Redhead T, Wolfie, Piotr, ADHD Witch, Susan Ramirez Smart, and Carla Beth XOXO. Thank you guys so much for helping us get there. We are going to get a next one set up here. We're calling some audibles. This one is going to... I know. You guys ripped through them today. This is a purely thank you for the love one. We've got a goal of 4K bowls just to set, just for fun. Thank you so much for that. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, let's dive back in here. I had to get some water and try not to drink confetti. It's everywhere. And Kara, with the rainbow glasses, clearly timeout is an appropriate form of behavior modification for all ages. Yes, agreed. Yeah. The follow through here is going to be hilarious. Like I really hope we get an update about this, about how Grandma handles this timeout, because she's going to fight it tooth and nail, and it's going to be like, oh well, wait, I thought it was no big deal. Kellen, UK, good to see you there. 1 day for each year of age for the mother-in-law. Yeah. Question though, what if she turns 64 during this timeout? Would that then lead to like another day or a reset of days? Can we reuse the confetti cannons? No, we can't. Chunky Chick there. We have talked about how we need to keep our confetti here and reuse it somehow, but no, the cannons, once they're done, they're done. All right, let's dive to our next one here. I'm on number 5, correct?
No, you're reading the cake story.
Oh,
that's the last story.
Cake story. Here we go. It is the reward story here. So it is our cake story, our last story for the day. Let's rock it out. This is a follower submitted cake story, so let's dive in. It is, am I the astronaut for being mad at my husband for ordering cake? I, 28 female, and my husband, 30 male, were out to dinner to celebrate our anniversary. We went to one of the nicer restaurants in our town, and with our 3 kids, all under the age of 7, we don't get many date nights out with just the 2 of us. We both have lived in our hometown our whole lives and knew each other in high school, but we were never really close. We we became closer friends towards the end of our senior year in high school and started dating when we ended up going to the same college, which is also in our town. And as we are enjoying some wine and chatting away, all of a sudden I see that my husband is distracted and looking across the restaurant. I finally get his attention and he says that he sees someone he knows. Let's call her Macy, and excuses himself and goes over and starts talking to her at the bar. For context, Macy is his ex. Shit balls. Why would you do that, bro? From middle school, high school. They dated from 8th grade until she broke up with him midway through our senior year. She was the popular, stereotypical cheerleader type and cheated on him with his best friend. It was all the talk of our small high school. Anyway, he was heartbroken. As far as I know, he hadn't seen her since then, being as how she moved away from our town once we graduated. He was over there talking and laughing with her for at least 15 minutes while I sat trying not to stare at them. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this too. When he finally came back to the table, he was in such a good mood. Then told me all about her life story and how it's her birthday, and she is just in town for the night visiting family. Next thing I know, the bartender brings her a big piece of cake, and the staff and restaurant, including my husband, start singing happy birthday. I wasn't thrilled, but oh well. After we finished our dinner, the waiter asked if we wanted any dessert. My husband quickly said, no, we'll just take the check. Uh-oh, internet issue. Hopefully it holds. I was disappointed since it was our anniversary. I thought we could share a piece to celebrate, but I got over it. My husband paid the bill, went back to the bar and said goodbye to Macy, and we left. While we were in the car on the way home, I was looking at the receipt and noticed that they charged us for a piece of cake. I said, that's weird. They charged us for cake and we didn't order any. My husband then says, oh, I ordered the cake for Macy for her birthday and asked them to sing to her. I lost it. I told him I couldn't believe he would order her cake, but not us for our anniversary. He said he didn't know what the big deal was and she was alone on her birthday and he was just being nice. We didn't talk the rest of the way home and I slept on the couch on our anniversary. We have hardly talked the last few days, and it still just really bothers me. Am I overreacting and seeing something that isn't there? Am I the astronaut for being upset with him? Okay, let's start here. Am I the astronaut for being upset with him? That's a feeling, right? Am I the astronaut for feeling this? No, not at all. You can't be the asshole for feeling what you're feeling here. The question is, am I the astronaut for being mad at my husband for ordering cake? No, you can't be an asshole for feeling that, and for speaking up about it either. The fact that he doesn't see why you're mad, he doesn't see anything wrong with what he's done here, is what makes him a brozo. Like this, I think you're going to have to spell it out for him. And how he responds to that will further determine this. But you're going to have to spell out for him and be like, okay, let me explain to you what I saw and what I felt, and just tell me how you would react. Or go ahead and flip the script on him and be like, hey, if we were out to dinner and I saw my ex sitting there alone and left the table to go talk to him for 15 minutes, came back and was laughy and chatty, and then come to find out I had bought him a piece of cake and had got the whole restaurant to sing to him. And then it was our anniversary dinner. And at the end of it, when asked if we wanted any cake, quickly said no, and we went about our way. How would you feel about that? Him not seeing that this is a big deal at all it's a brozo move. He's minimizing your feelings. He probably knows that he screwed up and he's just trying to minimize it and move past it as if that's going to work, as if that's going to solve the problem. Just sweep it under the rug. It's okay. Put your feelings in a to-go box and just get rid of them. It'll be fine. He either doesn't realize what he's done to cause your feelings harm, or he realizes it and he's just trying to minimize it and move on quickly. I don't know which it is. I do think you have to have a conversation with him and be like, okay, look, this is an issue that we need to talk about. I need you to understand the pain that this caused and either explain it or apologize for it. Give him the opportunity. Be like, look, I need you to understand the pain that you caused me, because I want this to be a learning moment for all of us and for it to never happen again. That's it. You're fully justified for being pissed. Have we seen OP in chat, by the way? Elizabeth, I seriously would have Ubered home, and the minute he left the table, He got married on the birthday of his ex. Oh, Kimmy. Good point. I don't know if he knew that. And you think he knew it was wrong? That's why he left so quickly? Sender, that's a good question. Why didn't he introduce his wife to the girl? I kind of think in putting myself in her shoes, if that had happened after about 3 minutes, I'd have been like, all right, I'm going to crash this party. Hi, so nice to meet you. I'd go introduce myself. And sitting there alone gave OP more time to stew and to get pissed about it. I don't know what he was thinking here. I really don't know what he was thinking here. Real Raven. All right, I'm going to head out with his credit card, of course. Yeah, he chose the wrong, he turned the wrong way at every point here. Wonky agreeing with Ann here. Communication is king. He was insensitive, but I'd not have let him spoil the night. Yeah, I mean, the quicker you address those things, the quicker it's easier to overcome them, right? Hit strike while the iron is hot. If you have that conversation immediately, you at least have the ability to pivot away from it. What's happening now when you don't talk about it? When you don't talk about it, he's pissed off because he's like, why am I being punished for this? It makes no sense. You're pissed off because you're stewing on it and letting it bubble and letting it grow, and it's just fermenting and becoming stronger with you. So there's no solution to be had here in the interim and this lame duck phase between cause and effect here, or between cause and reaction. There's nothing good happening there. So why not just have the conversation as soon as possible and be like, I need you to understand because this should never happen again. And I want to give you the opportunity to explain it so that what I'm feeling right now can either be remedied or validated. Mary is OP. Uber somewhere else without him and get myself cake? Heck yeah. Oh, no, you're good. I would have laid it out that he chose to do for a cheating ex and not his wife. Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of the explanation. It is, I think you need to understand that this girl who broke your heart a long time ago and you haven't seen since, you decided to get up and walk away from your wife for. Buy her something, come back all giddy, and then not have that same vibe whenever you got back with your wife and left. That is a problem, sir. It's a problem.
On your anniversary.
Yeah, on your anniversary, on your ex's birthday. Dude, you got to understand that you've made some bonehead moves here. DoorDash some cake. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for our public live today. We are going to reset and do the VIP live. We'll need a few minutes to get that all set up. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Tony Spark has been collecting footage for this behind the scenes project that is top secret. It's a him thing. It's him working on it. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. So Tony Spark did get unlocked with the last goal. So Tony Spark is going to come over here and say hi. I'm going to go ahead and throw the confetti up so he could do that. And in the meantime, Fane, Aura Rue, Just Donuts, Franny, Leoki Sunshine, Stephanie, Heather, Holly Jill Talk, Liz, Aura Rue, Overkill Mill, Cassandra, thank you guys so much. Fane, greatly appreciate that. Let's bring Tony back up as we close ourselves out here. Tony! And we'll shoot confetti at him. Yeah!
See if you can figure that one out.
What?
That's one of the ones Caden couldn't get.
I don't know which end it's going to fire out of.
It's also what Dusty says after he has Chinese food. Thanks for a great live, guys. It was awesome. You guys crushed all the goals. I had to make up some new ones. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's really like the anticipation. Oh my gosh! It was so loud. So loud. Yay! 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 C Sizzle, yes, I'm very excited about Travis and Taylor. But listen, I think that we need to not put pressure on them. I think we just need to, let them have fun. Let them do their thing. It's awesome. I hope she comes to many more Chiefs games. I mean, if she's at the Chiefs game, it'd be great if she just wants to walk out and sing the national anthem before the game or something. That'd be sick. Halftime performance? I don't know.
You were there.
I was there. I was in the building. Didn't see her. It was a few sections over. I was on probably the 40-yard line on this side, and she was about the 35, 40-yard line on this side. But we were on the same side, so.
Hey, but if Dylan, I just saw you. Yeah, Dylan got eyes on her.
Dylan.
Got eyes
Yeah.
on Ted.
Dylan.
Ted.
I mean, Dylan, let's be honest. Which was the bigger deal? Seeing Taylor or meeting Ted? That's the real question. Because Dylan did meet Ted this weekend at the game. It was. If you'd called me a few minutes before, Ted would have bought you all the drinks you wanted, because apparently that's what I did for the rest of our row that entire day. So that was great. It was a toss-up. Who all did you see, Dylan? I saw that some other Chiefs players were there. Some older Chiefs player guys were there. Well, exactly, get my close-up. Meeting Ted is the bigger deal. Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, Ted was having a great day. Definitely was, until he checked the bank account the next morning. Let me tell you, drinks at Arrowhead, they little pricey, but the four celebrities Dylan got to see.
What are they? Who are they?
T Swift, Mahomes, Kelsey, and Ted.
Hey!
I mean, that's a good day. That's a good day for anybody, honestly. It was great. But anyway, yeah. Thanks for an awesome live, guys. VIP live coming up. A few minutes. Yeah.
Give it 10 minutes, and we're gonna get the back room set up again, and we'll see y'all shortly. So VIPs, look for that notification here in about 10. All right. Thank you guys so much for an awesome live, another awesome one. Yeah. Meeting Ted is the bigger deal. I agree, Ann. I definitely agree. What's the VIP live? User 348. Lots of numbers there. So our paid subs are members of the Storm. We actually are going to do a half-hour live for just then. It'll be sub only. So I think you can preview it if you're not a sub, but to get in and actually interact, it's a sub only thing. So we're going to go to a different setting so we can all sit down and have our own microphone, and we'll see you all there here shortly. Thanks again for an awesome live. You guys rock every time. Julia, subscribe for the first time to become a member of the Storm. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Fam. 558 of 575. That's crazy. That's crazy. Crazy. Elise, Mandy, Just Donuts, Mandy and Kay with 100 bolts there. Carol, thank you so much. Nubs, Just Donuts with 110. Pam with the 20 and with the 20. Kay with 100 again. Melissa M. April, Celtic, Becky Poirier, Just Donuts America, Ashley Gully, Tina, Stephanie, Nabs, Carol Jaworski, Fane, Aura Rue, Just Donuts again, Franny. Thank you guys so much. Silver Moon, Depressed and Shit, Yvonne, Sagita, Elise. Thank you guys so much. You're awesome. VIPs, we'll see you here soon. Thanks for another awesome live. We'll see you next time.